Making his way to the cage tonight in our 5th fight of the night here at Cage Aggression 10 Redemption, Justin Wetzell out of Combat Zone in Sterling, Illinois, with a record of 6-0.
Got another undefeated fighter, somebody who is not trying to get that first loss on their record. So I know that Wetzell is a really athletic fighter. Been trained in a lot of different disciplines too. So is he going to be able to throw that into this fight? You always wonder if these guys can sort of transition from doing different things, and that they're going to be able to use the things that they know in different disciplines in MMA. And I mean, that's why you call it MMA. I mean, you have so many different types of people, and their abilities sort of range from some guys are really good in one aspect, but you have so many other guys who are really good at multiple different things. So it's going to be
right, and also when you got the title up for grabs too. So anytime you throw that in the mix as well, I mean, it just ups the ante for everything. Both fighters want it, and so you're going to see who wants it more. I mean, that's where you've got a 5-round fight this time instead of 3, and then you really see where the cardio's at in the 4th and 5th round, if it even gets there.
And you hope that training that they've done is in preparation for going those extra 2 rounds. Nothing is worse than seeing a fighter who isn't really prepared and they get gassed out going into the beginning of round 5 or at the end of round 4, and it's you can honestly tell that that's the case when they're tired. But odds are with these guys that's not going to be the case.
Making his way to the cage tonight, Jake Childers with the record of 4-1 out of Central Illinois Combat Club in Peoria, Illinois.
Jake was saying before the fight that this was the first time that he's been able to really put in a full camp. So I'm guessing that, like we were saying earlier, his cardio is going to be right where it needs to be. He's more prepared for this fight than he has been for his other fights, and he's still has a very good record of being 4-1.
And that's also something that he's got to be going in more comfortable than he ever has before. If this was the first time, even with the record of 4-1, he's fought 5 times, and if this is his first time he's had a full camp, and you have a record of 4-1, so you've racked up 4 wins on half camps or decent camps. You've got to think that he's coming into this one stronger than ever, mentally prepared, just everything on point. And like I said, for the title, also just great time, obviously, to have your best camp ever going out for the title.
Right, and he has a great team with him too at Central Illinois. They've been doing a lot of good things, and you can see them out in full force tonight with a lot of guys who we've seen fight before. So it's not like he's going against the horrible competition or subpar competition. He's facing off against great guys every day.
Right, so this will be our first title fight tonight here at Cage Aggression 10 Redemption.
Ladies and gentlemen, our 4th bout of the evening is scheduled for 5 3-minute rounds and is for the vacant Cage Aggression Featherweight Championship. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner. He stands 5 feet 9 inches tall and weighed in at 145 1/2 pounds. He trains with Combat Zone and Carlson Gracie Fight Team. Joining us from Sterling, Illinois, Justin Wetzell! And his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner. He stands 5 feet 10 inches tall and weighed in at 144 pounds. He trains with the Central Illinois Combat Club. Joining us from Peoria, Illinois, Jake Childers!
Here we go for our 5th fight of the night here at Cage Aggression 10, the featherweight title between Justin Wetzell and Jake Childers. Jake Childers in the blue and white shorts, Justin Wetzell in the purple.
Hands up, watch that overhead. Move your feet, move away from it.
There's where you see some feeling out with the kicks already, and a huge uppercut from Wetzell.
Just missed.
So already both fighters, not wasting any time in exchanging.
sort of filling out periods. You're sort of just looking to try to figure out exactly what someone's game plan is.
And Childers does a good job right there too, kind of throwing the punches and immediately going for the shot, which sometimes throws you off at guarding your face. Your legs are wide open, and Wetzell does a good job. And right now tries to pull guard, but Childers does a good job of kind of keeping him back up against the cage and not allowing that.
Both of these guys really willing to trade early on. And when you have a championship fight, at least if it was me, I'll try to be a little bit more cautious. I'm trying to go as deep into this fight as possible, but these guys are both going for shots really early, really quickly.
Right, and I will say that even early on, Childers looks to be the better of the two in stand-up. His shots are just a little bit more crisp. His jab is very stiff and pulls it right back to his face quickly, where Wetzell's kind of winging out the shots. And so just early on, that's where we're at. But like I said, in a 5-round fight, you never know where it's going to go. And right now, Childers doing a good job of kind of ragdolling him around and keeping him in. He's got the guillotine locked in right now, but Wetzell going to do a good job of pushing down the arm and blocking his head out, which he does. And that also benefits when you can pop your head out, both fighters, because like you said earlier, you expend a lot of energy in that position. If it's not going anywhere, then you also see a lot of referees kind of watch and make sure and stand them up even sometimes.
Wetzell trying to press Childers up against the cage, limiting that space that he has.
Yeah, especially close to that turnbuckle or the corner piece. There is nowhere to go, and you're really up against the wall, and there's no giving it. So being very good at where he's at in the cage, and Wetzell hopping on his back and trying to get the rear naked early on. Can't get it, so he goes back to the
real nice punches on top by Wetzell right there.
A lot of scrambling right now. Finds the open arm and gets the arm. Really wants to kind of flip right now, take that right leg and push him over to his back, Childers under his back, and then you've really got some good angle, but Childers doing a good job of stacking him and getting out of it. And there's so many just little things to do when you're in that position, or even Childers right there knew to get up and stack him, and it kind of smashes your body in half. So great first round in the featherweight title fight.
Really quick. Sometimes you get so caught up in the fight that you don't even notice that the round is coming to an end. It kind of sucks that you have to sort of give these guys a reset and start things over when you have so much action early on.
So I have to think now that Childers knows that Wetzell has got some threats on the ground, and also Wetzell's got to go in there knowing that Childers is ready to stand and bang a little bit as they did early on. So very even, both sides going into the second round.
And Childers comes across as a very sort of slippery fighter. His experience shows through. We talk a lot about people getting onto their sides as opposed to laying flat on their back or even turning over to good their stomach. But Childers did a great job staying on that side so that he wasn't given a position to Wetzell.
So here we go, round 2 ready. Your referee Mike Smith in there for the action tonight. And there's those, those big winging shots again from Wetzell, and misses, but does get
right into a takedown.
Yeah,
so that was pretty smart.
That is. I mean, once you've got a guy, and almost maybe that was a distraction, kind of wing. So you guard your face and then just go immediately for the takedown and gets it. But Childers once again kind of looking for that guillotine and finds himself on his back again. So really has to work hard to reverse or do something because he doesn't want to be on his back for the whole round. So right now, keeping very heavy to him, and sees the opening in the body and just starts to pepper the side right there. They don't look hard, and they're not really, but over time, by the end of the fight, those kind of swell up and make it hard to move, especially in the torso area.
We talk about a lot of times with laying heavy. That's something that you can really see Wetzell trying to do this round, is lay heavy on his opponent, sort of affect that breathing and also limit the amount of space that Childers has to throw some shots. But Childers, like we said earlier too, he was there's a great job of trying to pivot onto the side and pivot the hip so that he doesn't give Wetzell that advantage and fly on his back.
Right, and even right there, he's looking for the arm in triangle. Wetzell was looking to take full mount, but Childers doing a great job of rolling to his side and not letting the arm the triangle happen, and not letting him take full mount. He threw his knees up, so a lot of movement and action from on his back, which is great. I mean, potentially the fight could have been over twice there, so he's not letting that happen. Even right there, maybe he does a great job reversing and almost finds himself, in half mount right now.
Really, really slippery, and very skilled with those transitions to be able to pull those off.
Got the butterfly position from Wetzell, showing his little nod to Eddie Bravo, but an outside the box type of jiu-jitsu and controlling when you've got your opponent in the butterfly guard like that.
It looks like Childers has a guillotine in right now, but I'm pretty sure that Wetzell's going to be able to pop his head out.
Right, and Childers has to have his arm underneath his wrist underneath the arm, which he doesn't let happen, and Wetzell now on top. This is just back and forth. I mean, this is what title fights are all about. It's right when you think one guy's got the advantage, it quickly switches to the other guy, and both guys staying very active.
And again, Childers, trying to keep Wetzell really close to him. And as you can see, a few seconds ago, Wetzell got a little bit of space, and as soon as he got that space, he was like that, and he was throwing those shots right at Childers' head.
And there's the end of the second round. So, I mean, like you said, man, these rounds are flying by with the action this fast. I mean, it's back and forth, back and forth. Going into the third round, both guys know what the other guy has to offer, and really, they want to capitalize on what's working for them. And right now, the ground is working for Wetzell, taking him down quickly, but also he's getting countered with, Childers on his back, working very hard. So.
And someone who might not be as in tune with the sport may look at this and say, "Oh, these guys aren't really doing too much." But the technical ability of both of these guys, and you can see that their training comes into play. Their cardio completely doesn't look like it's going to be an issue at all. Both of these guys look really calm, sitting in their corners right now, getting instructions from their coaches.
So I think if you're Childers right now and you're his corner, you're telling him to get in there, throw a few shots, and then get back out, angle out, circle around. Don't stay close enough to him to Wetzell where you can get taken down.
Yeah, I would guess that Wetzell's corner, is telling him to do a little bit of the same, but also sort of try to keep things standing up a little bit, because he has a little bit of an advantage.
Wetzell, so hopefully get a little bit of a stand-up trade-off here, which both fighters are already doing. Wetzell really looking for the 1-2, the cross and then the overhand.
Yeah, and you knew sort of that Childers was going to go for that takedown, because he doesn't want to see Wetzell standing up, and especially those shots that were a little bit wild earlier on in the fight are a little bit more controlled right now.
And Childers doesn't want to be taken down himself, so he says what's the best way to counter somebody taking me down and me taking you down. So really learning from the first 2 rounds, which is why this is a title fight and why these guys are fighting, because they're very aware. And what's good to see is them learning from each round and not just doing the same thing coming into the third round.
Childers in side control here, not really utilizing his knees at all, but also really trying to work on Wetzell's left arm.
Right, looking for that, maybe looking to trap the other arm too. He's got him in Childers has got Wetzell in a pretty good position right now.
Wetzell or Childers looking to possibly go for that full mount, but Wetzell's doing a great job of keeping that leg trapped so he can't cross it over his body.
Exactly. A little bit of blood from Childers right now. So some of those shots probably opened him up a little bit, which maybe can play a factor later on if it gets that far. But great scramble from Wetzell right now, just staying active, on his side, not letting Childers have his way with him. But Childers is relentless of looking for some sort of limb open or something. Nice elbows to the body, big shots to the body right now.
And you can always tell when those body shots matter, because if you have someone's arm or something like that, they immediately go to cover that up. It's a natural defense, so that's going to open up things up top if he's able to take advantage of it.
And Wetzell had his arm completely exposed right there. Childers jumped onto it, but didn't let him, capitalize on it, which is great. And now both fighters find themselves back in the middle of the octagon.
Yep. Huge left uppercut for Wetzell.
For that sleeper uppercut, man. Doesn't get a bit looking for that shot. Wetzell is just looking to end this right now. And land one of those huge shots.
Yeah, but Childers is able to come with a nice left to the head and sort of slow things down a little bit.
You leave yourself completely open when you throw those winging shots. If it lands, it usually puts your opponent to sleep. If it doesn't land, it's countered.
It can put you to sleep.
Right. Now here we are back on the ground again with Wetzell on top, now looking to trap the arm of Childers and maybe do something with it. Maybe a Kimura or just, and Childers knows that too, so he's keeping his body very tight to him and then reversed it himself. So this is
really nice transition.
No dull action, and as there shouldn't be when you have two guys fighting for the title. Big shots right now from Childers. It's the end of the third round. So going into the
championship round,
the deep water, as the cliche saying is, and here's where we really see who wants it, where their cardio is at, what did you learn? Obviously these guys are smart because we saw them learn things from each other from the first and second round. Third round, very similar to those. So going into the fourth, I had to think that Childers still wants to keep it standing, in the middle of the cage, and Wetzell knows that his strength is on the ground. So we'll see if they keep doing what they've been doing, or if somebody tries something outside the box.
Right, and the first 3 rounds have to be a total coin flip. I don't know exactly how you judge, who's doing more or who's scoring more points when you have both guys who are really talented, really technical. You got transitions everywhere, reversals everywhere. Wetzell trying to get some strikes in, which I like to see, but Childers doing a great job of not letting that happen and going for those shots and taking them down.
We go into our fourth round here at Cage Aggression 10 Redemption in the featherweight title between Justin Wetzell and Jake Childers. And so you said too, going into this, not talking too much about judges, but when you're being judged on the submission attempt and being scored on the of defending the submission, you've got a stalemate. You gave 1 point, so you're back at 0. So it's really hard to judge. So both these fighters know going into this that it's very close. I'd imagine their corners are telling them that too, that you're doing a great job with this. This fight's close. You really got to turn it up and do something different this round. It looks like Jake Childers is looking to do something right now.
Yeah,
take the back. His leg is caught, so he can't take the back of Wetzell, but looking for, a side rear naked, doing something. Just staying active. That's the fun part of jiu-jitsu too. You just kind of try things too, and this is, a training. They're training too here, basically. They're fighting, but they're still learning, and this is your chance to kind of look for different things, looking to maybe, break that arm free and, back flip into an armbar or somersault into an armbar. Sees the body open and drops those big elbows, and I'll tell you right now, in the fourth round, those are registering.
Oh yeah, and this is sort of for a little while there, and really nice transition there and reversal by Wetzell, but Wetzell was in I like to call it the turtle position, where you're not giving any side, any space, not an inch, and you're able to stay in guard like that and not get hurt. And just seeing that that flawless transition by Wetzell there. He's on top and he's trying to do a little damage for him.
Right. And look at him. He stays so close to him. And Childers looking for the takedown and finds himself on the bottom. But, both fighters still looking for explosive takedowns. But he can't shake Wetzell off him. He's on him. And that's right now for the judges, very impressive that, he's staying that close to him, that, heavy on him, like we said. And really just, not letting Childers do much of anything right now.
And when you have a fight that's, going to go 5 rounds, all the little things start to matter.
They're looking for a huge standing guillotine, had it nicely locked in. Now looking for kind of the anaconda, and great job right there of Childers to kind of spin out of it and get back into a safe zone. We've seen both fighters be, in trouble and get out of it in very impressive ways too, and just like you said, pivoting and spinning and big scrambles. I mean, this has just been scrambles left and right. So
yeah, if there was one thing that I had to take away from Childers so far in this fight is, you know, he's really slippery, and I've said it before. He's somebody that you can't, you know, just get them in one spot and expect them to stay there. You know, Wetzell is putting on a lot of pressure. You know, if I'm him coming into this fifth and final round, you know, I might try to stand it up a little bit. You know, see if I can do some damage there and earn some points that way, because, you know, this is the last round. You want to show the judges everything that you got. And, you know, showing that versatility would matter too. You know, you're not just scoring those points, being on the ground or getting a takedown or going for a submission try. You're trying to show the judges too, hey, I can stand up and I'm going to land a few shots to the head this way and get some points that way, which can do nothing but help your chances if this does go to a decision.
Exactly, and I would imagine that Wetzell's corner is telling him too to keep doing what you've been doing, take him down. You know, lay heavy on him and continue on that. That's what's been working this fight. So really here in the first 30 seconds of this final round of this title fight, we're really going to see who wants it more. And, you know, I feel like the first minute of this fight is going to dictate the winner. It's a little mutual sign of respect from both guys, and here we go for our fifth round. And there's Wetzell just really throwing those punches, wanting to stun him.
And using that jab sort of as a distraction too to set up that left, which he's pretty comfortable with. Big overhand left that he just missed with.
And Childers himself too has to go in and push the pace a little bit.
Right.
And, you know,
Childers is probably going to shoot any second now and try to get that takedown.
Lands a good shot there. Lands another really big shot. Stuns him a little bit, and there, you know, obviously there's a takedown, but does a good job of defending it and finds himself in full mount. So here's where he doesn't want Wetzell to reverse the position. Right. Here's where he wants to stay heavy on him, and if he can do that the remainder of the round, really could it really puts some good points in for the judges to go in to get that title. But we'll see. I mean, we've seen so many reverses and scrambles that, you know, anything can happen in this last round.
Wetzell trying to sort of buck Childers off of him, getting onto that side so that he's able to rotate over, but Childers staying really heavy on top.
Here's why, like I said, you got to put, you know, as Childers, you have to push the face down a little bit and create some space for yourself to have some good momentum to be able to drop down some shots. And the little pepper shots, they do some damage, but in the fifth round, you really are looking to put the stamp on him and end it. So now, you know, Wetzell's done well to get a leg free, and, you know, I feel like he's slowly trying to get out of that position, and right now he's just about out. And I wouldn't be surprised if he reverses it or something like that. And Childers doing a great job. And there we go with, you know, getting out, reversing. He's on top now. Right back on his back. So I mean, this fight's why these two guys are fighting for the title right now. It's extremely hard to judge this and see what, but looks like Wetzell's got a choke semi-sunk in, lets it up there. So neither one of these fighters are letting each other do what the other one wants at this point.
And even though it might appear that Wetzell on the bottom right now is, you know, sort of taking a breather, he's really trying to gain that upper hand and, you know, try to flip things over to the other side. Childers into almost a full mount if he can manage to get that left leg over.
And right now, I mean, here's where you just, you know, you've got to just start laying it out there, you know, and not like you want to just abandon everything, but really load up and throw those punches and really try to, you know, put that exclamation point. Does a good job right there. Wetzell pretty close to locking up a triangle, and Childers knows that, so he sits up a little bit, but.
And then he, you know, threw that shot from the top too to say, no, it's not going to work right now. But, you know, end of 5 rounds, action-packed rounds. And
yeah, like you said, you got a coin.
Let's flip it.
You know, it's right now the judges, you know, and you're looking at, you know, ring dominance, you know, aggression, you know, submission attempt, submission. Defense against submissions. Just, I mean, you're voting on aggression too. That's one of the, you know, no pun for the name of the show, but I mean that's one of the things you vote on when you're judging. And when you've got right down the middle, it's like, you know, this what's the good thing about this? What the good thing about this is that this has rematch all over it.
Oh yeah.
So wherever way it goes, the other guy knows that he is top on the list for a rematch.
We see Mike Goodwin right across the cage from us, so we need a rematch, and this is another one of those fights where we can get the rematch right now. We would do it right now. 5 more rounds. Let's get these guys going.
Noise for both of these gladiators right now. We're going to go to our judges' scorecard for the decision. Judge number 1 scores this contest 48-47. Wetzell. Judge number 2 scores this contest 48-47. Childers. Judge number 3 scores this contest 48-47. Declaring your winner by split decision and new cage aggression featherweight champion, Justin.
There you have it, your winner of the 145 featherweight title, Justin Wetzell, improving his record to 7-0 here tonight at Cage Aggression 10 Redemption.